Hello, everybody. Happy KubeCon week. It is Thursday, October 14th, and we are the CI subgroup for SIG Node. We have a few agenda items for today. I don't think that we currently have Francesco or Imran with us, so I'm going to skip those for now. I pinged them in Slack just in case they might join us. Mike, troubleshooting containerd 1.4 canaries. What we got?
Sure. First of all, for a little more context, this derives from a job I was creating for having containerd 1.5 canaries. After some suggestion to move them to another directory, I noticed that the containerd 1.4 canaries are failing. And if you go to the test grid and you click any of those, you'll notice that the failures are because the cluster is not starting. Well, the cluster is not starting. But also when looking at the code of the node logic, it looks like it expects the node to already be present. It doesn't create it. Oh, the first one always works because it's just a build, but the other two, they keep failing.
I see. Those do look like they're failing.
I think I added some of the logs on the document. I don't recall. Oh, so it looks like somebody wants to remove them now.
Is there rationale for why this should be removed?
Yeah, this is the old. Like Aaron
It's a
talked to me
rebase,
about.
though, so maybe it already was removed.
No, this is the Aaron talked me to move my original work to another directory, and this is the old directory.
I see. So it's trying to remove a file that got moved.
Yeah. I think.
So is there any action that we need from this group, or is this just an FYI?
It's an FYI. I'm thinking like we have to create the cluster before the actual test starts. I'm not really sure about this, but that's what I'm thinking from reading the logs.
Sounds good. Well, it looks like this is approved now.
Yeah, I don't want to submit it because I'm expecting that the test will fail as well if we don't fix it.
Cool, makes sense. I don't know any history about this job. Maybe we should CC Dims and Danny. Because I am not working on containerd things primarily. Okay, that's that. Next item, memory pressure testing with swap enabled. How can we run tests in machines with swap enabled? That's a great question. We do have some configs for this that ICMA put together in test infra, and let me show you what. I just don't remember what the job name is, so it's in here, I guess. Okay, well, this is good enough. There's this node args image config swap. So basically, if you take a look at this, I think it's the jobs ed node swap config. There's a couple of configs here, and basically, as long as you pass this config for the nodes, it will like use this metadata to make a swap partition. So there's one for Ubuntu, and there's one for Fedora CoreOS. And then you can see that, like, for example, this one just runs a command to make a swap partition and turn it on. And then similarly, this one just has an ignition file that turns on swap.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'll follow with those.
Cool.
Should we add any special tags or anything to the tests? I was thinking special, but I don't know if we want to deprecate.
No, I think we were just tagging them with like probably. So currently we don't have any tests that are specific to swap. Rather, what we've been doing is we just run all of the tests in a swappy environment, or at least like all of the standard EDEs. So the selectors for the job that I showed you, they were just all of the standard EDEs. We don't have any specific tests for swap yet. Like the idea is, well, we run these tests with swap. We do want to start having, like we want to be able to, like, for example, have some nodes that have like exercise different swap configs, but that's all going to be like infrastructure configuration and not like test level configuration. Like we need to like set these values in the nodes when they boot up, and then we want to run the tests. So right now, at least, most of the memory tests for swap, like there's no specific test selectors for swap tests. That may change as we start adding new categories of tests where we both need the swappy environment and we have special tests that we want to run on swap. But currently, there's no swap specific tests. And the reason is in part because the swap changes were very, very limited in terms of what changed in the code. Like it was basically, here are some new configuration values, and the actual code change itself was, here's a new value to the CRI, which, like, you know, I think currently still the CRIs don't actually support doing anything with that value. They drop it on the floor, both cryo and containerd. So that is the state of that. It doesn't look like we got Francesco or Imran, but I guess let's go up the agenda.
They just wrote back on Slack, so Francesco is not joining, but we can ping him if we want, and Imran is sick. So I just replied to them and say we postpone to next week, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So when are we meeting next week? 20th. Any other agenda items for today?
I think that's all I have on my side.
Cool. Okay, then let's do some quick bug triage, and let's maybe also take a quick look at the test board. Okay, I guess we just have this one flake that hasn't been triaged. Oh. Oh no. This was Ryan's PR. Okay, let's take Ryan. Someone has assigned themselves to fix this. Let's check. Kubernetes hopefully won't crash. That was okay. We haven't seen any flakes lately, but it definitely was flaking.
Is it a machine gun or a keyboard?
That is my Model M.
You mean a real one? Vintage?
Real one. A real one. Here, I'll show it to you.
Oh my God. I'm so jealous.
Well, apparently
I
you're
have
not
a
jealous that it's
Unicomp
Sam's.
at home, but it's not the same as
Oh,
the
it's
original.
really not the same. Yeah, I've used a Unicomp. It's really not the same. I rescued this one from eBay, like, well, when I was in university, so a while ago. And it was filthy when I got it. And I cleaned it, and yeah, I've taken good care of it. It still works great. And yes, it's very loud. My apologies.
It's fine. Awesome.
Okay, so we've triaged that one. I guess that's to do. I don't know what else there is to take a look at on this board. I guess, are there anything that has LTTM on it? A couple things. But yeah. I don't think there's anything critical urgent on here or anything like that, is there?
You can move that container, the 1.5 canaries, to waiting on author. That's just on my side. Yeah, that's the one I talked about.
This board is so long, I'm just going to do it here. Okay. And I'm not going to, I guess, why does this, if this fixes a flake, why does this not have area test on it? Maybe we can add it to area test. Sure. Let me get this onto the test board. And then let's take a look at bugs. No new bugs. This one has been triaged already. Oh, and it's urgent. How many do we do? Oh, sorry. 1 second. I need to be right back. Let me stop my video for a second. Y'all can continue without me if you want. I don't know how long this is going to take. Let me stop sharing my screen for a moment. How do I stop? Does either of you want to share your screen?
Sure, I can.
I'll give you co-host. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I'll be right back.
Sure. One second, I'm just mopping in the dashboard.
You don't have the co-host?
Yes. Sharing now. Sorry, something's going on with my computer. I think it's ready. Let me go to the
Perfect. Yes, that's it.
Is this on the? I guess this is on the main repository, right?
You're looking for the board? Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I don't think this is on this. Oh.
No. It's the 43, I think.
I'm just gonna go ahead and from one book. I'll go ahead. Find it there.
Let me try to find the.
It's not in any board. So this one. Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah, it's either the 43 or the 49. It depends if you want the node one or the CI. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, you can remove the no assignee thingy and then.
This is on the CSI migration to 5. It's for a cap.
Sorry, I'm back.
That's already accepted. I guess we should just move this to waiting an offer.
Yeah.
Which board are we looking at?
The CI one, I think, no?
Well, this is a
This
PR.
was removed.
Ah, yeah, we were looking at the bugs.
I thought we were
Yeah,
looking at
right.
bugs.
It still has a hold.
Can you find the comment where the hold was applied? Ah, yes, wrong board. This is the PR triage board.
And there's this other one.
Yeah, it's my fault. I gave the wrong link.
Oh, that's okay. The bugs board is this one.
Needs a priority also.
Ah, yeah, 59
This
the
is
board.
yeah. So there's
That's
I
what
have some
here.
background on this from SIG instrumentation.
Oh, we can still we can hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can.
I'm unmuted.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Some
Yeah,
background on
that's
this
probably
one.
on me then. Sorry.
Some background from this one is so in SIG instrumentation, this is a SIG instrumentation cap. Like the event API got redesigned a very long time ago.
No, stop sharing. Maybe that's I don't know, something's going wrong with this.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Mike.
Oh, he's left us. I will start sharing my screen again.
What happened? I don't know what
Can you
happened
hear me
with my computer. Yeah,
Great.
it wasn't my set.
I just wanted to go back to this one. Not that one. That's probably the first one. Search history. It's 383. I wanted to just give you a little bit of background on this one while we were staring at it. So this is a very old cap. We basically, like, the event API was rewritten, and then in theory, so like this went beta in 1.8, and then they tried to GA it in 1.19, but I argued that you can't call it GA unless you've like deprecated the old thing. And so there's still a bunch of things that are not using the new event API. And every time I've asked someone to step up and take ownership of this feature and please finish migrating the rest of the things, it's been kind of hot potato. So yeah, it looks like somebody commented yesterday and removed the stale from this. But like, it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's in beta. It's not stable because like initially it was started by Merrick and then Chelsea Chen, and she has not worked on this basically at all since it was handed over. So I think we might need to find a new owner. But yeah, this is kind of a backlog thing. And I'm not sure, like technically it's owned by SIG instrumentation, but there are stakeholder SIGs, and I'm not sure. I feel like this, it's a very old, like it's got the old design proposal and all that. So like it would have to be migrated to the new template and yada, yada. I think that honestly, people should just do that. They don't need a cap to do the migrations. But we can't really call it GA until it's fully migrated. So anyways, that's just some background on what is going on there with the event API. But anyway, let's look at some bugs because PRs will take a long time. How did this PR get in here? Rescheduling. It's just rotten. So let's go through. I think there were no new bugs to add to the board. So scheduler being topology unaware can cause a runaway pod creation. Wow. I guess this got reopened. Francesco. I think the issue is it keeps getting closed because nobody's removed the rotten label. So I'm going to do that and then put it into triaged. Look at that. The bug put it in the right, or the bot put it in the right column. How useful. Okay, I will triage this. We've got a bunch of these. Oh, and here's another one that's already triaged. So great. Okay. Orphan pod found, but error not a directory occurred when trying to remove the volume stir. That sounds like storage. I think this is SIG storage. Yeah, why would that have a file in it? That doesn't make very much sense to me. This seems like a storage thing. I feel like this code is owned by SIG storage. Okay. Kubelet's memory capacity and dynamic RAM in Hyper-V. Okay. I don't know what dynamic RAM is. I don't know that we support dynamic RAM.
Yeah, I was asking the same.
I'm just going to label this a feature request. Okay, node lifecycle controller. All pods are marked as not ready, making workload services unavailable during network partition between master and worker nodes. Okay, that's normal.
Why only pods on rack for eviction? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't think that that makes any sense. I think that they don't understand the readiness behavior. If there is a network partition where the entire control plane gets severed from the data plane, there's nothing wrong with the workloads. Like the workloads are still probably running and ready. The issue is that from a endpoint perspective, from a control plane perspective, they're not ready because it can't check in. Like that is the safe failure mode. So when something like that happens, I would expect that services which require communication with the nodes would go haywire. Like the issue is that services are part of the control plane. So you can have service outages if like your control plane goes down. And I think that's the issue here. The workloads are fine. People seem to, I get the impression from getting a lot of these bugs and reading through them recently, people really believe that not ready means something other than it actually means. And maybe that's like a function of bad terminology, which we probably can't change now. But like readiness does not mean, it doesn't mean that the thing isn't actually running. It means that from Kubernetes perspective, it's accounted for everything and it's running correctly. So, here, I will mute so you don't have to listen to me type. Does this explanation make sense?
Yeah. I think the alternative for him would be to bypass the service and just attack directly the pod itself. But,
yeah, I mean, basically the issue is, so like possibly, so Federico, I guess this must have been Mark's API machinery. So yeah, this doesn't make sense why it was API machinery. I agree, this is Node. I think that like the issue here is that like it's honestly it's more of a networking thing. It's certainly not API machinery.
but again, yeah, I agree. It's not a bug. So.
Yeah, I don't think this is a bug though. I will put SIG network on here since this does involve.
But I wonder what
reopened.
What would happen if you have a service mesh? Maybe they can still access.
Well, the idea is that you don't want, like, if your control plane is fully severed from your worker nodes, like no matter what you do, that service mesh is not going to work. In theory, you would want to set up multiple like failure domains. in order to like not have a full network outage like that. But if you've got a full network outage, what are you going to do? Okay, so that's that. Enabling feature gate blah causes unit test failures. I don't know why that would be Node. Is it because Node tests are failing? Doesn't look like it. Okay, I'll remove that one from the board. Kubelet service is not coming up because inode consumption is increasing. Huh? What? I don't know what's going on here. This one needs more information. There's no way that we can debug this. Subpath sources never match when containers are recreated. Seems like a SIG storage thing. Sure is. Oops. Oh, this one's me. We have I hate triage accepting my own bugs, but this one is definitely a bug. Okay, unable to start systemd based containers. definitely seems like support. Help, my container is not running is not a bug. Log show verify container status failed are flooded with these entries. Well, someone's looked at this. Peter's working on this. NPD YAML failed in CentOS for journal path blah. This seems to be a node problem detector thing. Mike, is there someone that I should assign this to?
I don't think we have any active maintainers in that.
Okay, that's if it's like I feel like if this is a node problem detector thing, it should be filed against that repo, not Kubernetes. So yeah, I agree with the SIG Node, not cloud provider. And I think that's it. Hooray! We have 10 minutes to spare. Should we go through any of these ones to see if they've been updated? It looks like some of them have updates, but have they been updated since we last looked at them? This just needs information. This is a feature request, not a bug. Pod stuck terminating. We asked for more information. Oh, somebody has a repro. No updates there. feel like this is just not a supported setup. This seems like an issue with the API server proxy and not the kubelet.
What is the linked issue? Kubernetes does not restart static pods when API server is down.
Sorry, what did you say?
Just the dimension, just one line above.
One line about what?
I don't know. Maybe it's not. It's still happening even without the proxy, no? I don't know.
No, he said he could only reproduce
okay.
it with the API server proxy.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
I feel like it's not really a kubelet bug. Also, I know that this one has something to do with the PVC. We do have another issue where if there's a network partition, I think Clayton has a bug and we were looking for a reproducer, so this might actually be handy. What was it? I got pinged about this like yesterday. Let me see if I can get the... I can't spell. Let me just dig up this bug. Clayton filed a thing saying that static pods aren't restarting if there's a partition with the API server. I would expect this to only be happening on Oh, and of course somebody had already mentioned this there as well. And my brain just did not process that.
This is exactly what I was trying to say, but okay.
Sorry.
Fine.
I did not understand. Okay, so it looks like this was actually a bug. And it looks like this is cryo specific. Yeah, okay. It looks like it was also fixed in cryo, so I think we're good. Okay. We could possibly lose some of those next time, but I think we've done plenty of bugs. Thanks, folks. We're doing good work, and hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you're attending KubeCon, I hope you have a fun KubeCon.
Thanks.
Cheers,
Have a good
everyone.
day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good day. Bye.